impossible, see invisible. Roll, roll, fight the power. Punch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Roll, roll, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, use the power. This is the beat of the cheat, cool baby. Roll, roll, fight the power. Roll, roll, fight the power. Impossible, see invisible. Roll, roll, fight the power. Punch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Roll, roll, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. This is the beat of the cheat, cool baby. Roll, roll, fight the power. Power to the beats, power for the dreams. Still missing piece, scattering so incomplete. We be that once incredible soldier from underground. See how easy they all fall down. Digging through the core to see the light. Let's get out of here, babe. That's the way to survive. Y'all top of the head. I'm on the set. Do the impossible. Don't you wanna bet? Cause a lot of things change. We be waiting in vain. If we wanna get by, no pain, no gain. Wow, bitches wanna test me again. Sorry, my rhyme's gonna stunt your brain, yo. I'm still starving for the straight up skill. We gonna make it happen with a crazy rap skill. Get ready to rumble. Now be the time, If you're know, now you know. Good luck, Phyllis. Do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Hush the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. You see the king, cheap, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Second verse dedicates to the real peeps. What we gotta say is so real thing, cause revolution ain't never gonna televise. Kicking a map, whoa, microphone phenotype. Opening third eye, see into the overground. I'm about to hit you with a scream from the underground. Whole city covered with a cyber flavor G's in your area. But not with the top best. Come on, do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. You see the king, cheap, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the power. You see the king, cheap, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, you see the power. You see the king, cheap, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Row, row, fight the power.
What? All right. It looks like, yeah. Oh, okay. The green screen's still working. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so we are going to have to, if I could just open up, if I could find paint. There we go. All right. Cool. So, like I said in the description, we are going to have to build out this idea. And I've kind of had this idea. I wrote it down, or I wrote it down. I wrote it down on a Word document, but I didn't save it because I didn't really like it. So I guess for what we're going to do right now is have the lists of inspirations in, you know what? There's actually a way easier way to do this. Should I do it in Word doc? I'm second guessing myself and noticing that my green screen is terrible. How does this look? Does it not reach all the way? Is that what it is? I have to wait because I'm watching my stream on my phone, and that's how I noticed that there was a break. Is it? Wait, it's not even this side, is it? It's on the other side. Oh, and it just fell. I've got a shoddy contraption going on here. Let me look at the... I won't know until the stream catches up. Good thing I've got the stool still back here. Pay no attention to the man behind the veil. We're going to get this working. Okay. Whoops. Now I have to wait for the stream again. Can you tell I have no idea what I'm doing? I'm going to have to wait till I'm sitting here on my phone in order to... It's quite the delay, honestly. Still peaking. Wait, is that my cup? Looks like, yeah. Okay. Am I going to have to move it up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to move it up. Okay. Well, I guess we're problem solving the stream right now. This is all part of the process. It's all part of the process. I can't believe the green screen still held up. Honestly, I thought I would have to like reset it because I literally just now made my starting soon screen, and I had to make a be right back screen. And again, if you've followed me at all in any capacity, you've probably seen it before, but okay. I have moved up the screen, and I will have to be very careful about... That was my phone that went off, so I probably put that on vibrate. And turn on my Wi-Fi. There we go. I'll just have to be very careful when backing up, which is easy to do. Oh man, it does not look good at the bottom, but... Oh yeah, if I'm sitting right here, yeah, you can't even see it. Alright. So, I guess we're going to do this in Word. Because I guess it's just... Yeah, I don't know, it's just easier. Okay, so we are going to list off... inspirations, and it just did not. Inspirations. Okay, so bullet point. That's gotta be what's the shortcut for bullet point? No, there is no bullet. Okay, so the list of inspirations of what I'm working with here, right? Let me actually, where is... I also want to make sure my audio is okay. So I guess I'm going to have to listen a little bit. One second while I let it pair. Okay, so my audio. You can hear the hell out of my chair. This chair is several years old. Also, what in the world? Oh my God, you could hear my stomach. Okay. I am loud as hell. Holy shit, sorry about that. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that. All right. I'm listening to me turn it down. This is going to be weird listening to it. Well, also my earbuds are up pretty high. But, okay, so that's good enough. I think that's going to work. Let's get to the work. Enough procrastination. And I accidentally just paused the stream. Okay. Alright, so. Inspirations for this game, even if it's, that's my first ever game. One game I thought of before stream, maybe it was like yesterday or the day before, was Titan. I promise you I'm not normally this illiterate. I have no idea why I couldn't spell Titan. Alright, Titanfall. Titanfall, obviously, has some of the best first-person movement ever. I mean, everyone talks about it. It's the reason why, the situation with Titanfall is so tragic, because it just moves so well. And I do remember, like, around the same time, or if not a little later, Black Ops 3 coming around, and it just not even coming close. Also, I should change inspirations to its right thing. You're going to find out very quickly I cannot spell. I cannot spell. I'm not a very good speller. Holy shit. That's going to bother the hell out of me, because it's just like there's no reason why that shouldn't be covered. I'm gonna have to wait till I address it in the stream. I don't know why. I'm a perfectionist, so you can see that being a problem soon. Okay, all right. I like how I tested this before and it was like perfectly fine, which means I'm probably gonna have to move this up. Pay no attention to behind the veil. I'm doing this for privacy's sake, guys. Unless, of course, you've seen it before. Okay. This time, for real, it should be working. It looks like it has. Yeah, no, It looks like it's working. And it'll look like the bottom part will look better once I actually sit down in the chair. And just kind of. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. We're back on topic. So Titanfall has some of the best movement out there. I want it to feel fluid, smooth, like second nature. Like you just pair up with this, with the movement of the game, as close as we can get for one guy who's never done this before. Another inspiration that I said was, Sonic games. Sonic games in general. I can't really think of a specific Sonic game that I would say, would have the most inspiration. If I did have to say one, it would probably be Sonic Adventure 1. Because as anyone who's played the game would know, you can, like, break the game with the spin dash. Like, you can just ramp off with the spin dash, hit areas that you wouldn't be able to normally, from angles you wouldn't be able to normally, hit ludicrous speeds. Now, here, like, first stream, not even 10 minutes into it or whatever, we're going to do some hot takes. I like the movement and mechanics of Sonic Adventure 1 better than Sonic Adventure 2. Don't get me wrong, I love both games to death. They're, just they're staples, not milestones, staples in my life, and in any Sonic fan's life, any real Sonic fan's life. But the crap you could pull with Sonic's moveset in that game is just ridiculous. I would love to actually look up what speedrunners have done, because I'm sure it's out of this world. But, you know, basically where you can, what I want to take away from Sonic Adventure 1 and, you know, Sonic games as a whole is the sense of speed. You know, like the encouragement to do so, to master the level, to master the movements, to, you know, I can't really think of a game that recently inspired me to do such a thing, but, you know, that encourages to play the same levels over and over again, which is more like the Genesis and classic games, to just really hone the movement. Another inspiration was a game called Split Second. 1E. It was a PlayStation 3 game that, for all intents and purposes, basically flopped. It was not Need for Speed. It was not Forza. It was not, you know, any other racing game that has stuck around and people still talk about. This was a one and done on the PlayStation 3, a gem that does not get talked about. I just don't know why, because it has many things going for it. First of all, it's a kart racer through and through. There's just really no items. Your drift meter, or your boost meter, is not a boost meter. You build it up by drift, and you use the. You know what? My stream, we're gonna do this, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna hope that I'm not logged into. I am actually. So this is a brand new, fresh channel that I've made. We're going to show it off real quick, so that way you know this is weird slop to pop up when it. But yeah, no, this is Project Journey. The VODs will go here. All right, we're done. Now, split second gameplay. 4K 6 years ago. This game's probably older than 6 years. So, this is the game. You build up drift to create these big cinematic Michael Bay-esque events to get ahead of your opponents. And I'm going to turn this down because I can still slightly hear it, so I get it. I mean, look how epic this is! And no one talks about it! Why? This game deserved so much more. But the reason why I cite Split Second is because it has a crazy sense of, like, speed, right? So, and another thing is Technoblade. What in the world? I mean, I'll take it, brother. Is the music. Split Second, if I could spell, Elite Race soundtrack. Okay. You know what? This is perfect. Just listen. I mean, are you kidding? Does that not get your blood pumping? Like, come on! People don't talk about this game. It pisses me off. It feels like, I mean, I know I'm not the only one who played, but come on. It feels like I'm the only one who's played. And, like, I want to bring in the music, which I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. But I guess just, it feels like you're living on, like, the razor's edge of just, like, I don't know, crashing and burning, failing, smacking into a wall, just like, we'll play this a little bit more. Like, you've got all these explosions going around and things crashing into you and you're barely, surviving. It is, wow, just, but, yeah, no, split second in the terms of music and in terms of, like, vibes and, like, heart-pounding action, that's something. And then, racing games as a whole, so just racing games. This will be a single-player game, because obviously I don't even know where I couldn't even fathom trying to make it a multiplayer game. But just that vibe of Split Second, man. It like I said, it won't be multiplayer, it'll be single player, but you could still have that feeling, You could still get that sense of like speed and power and action and explosions and just I don't know, I feel like that doesn't get captured a lot. And it's a damn shame. It is a damn shame. Another one I said was, what was it? I can't really remember. Free Jack. I mentioned this game in my announcement video. But let's pick another one I didn't use. But this game was a parkour game, but it was a racing game. So, you had to be pretty decent with the timing. And I kind of want to capture that if possible. This is from PlayStation. Oh man, that guy was booking it. Oh man, I have high hopes for this game. I hope this game comes back. I really do. But yeah, basically that was what I wanted to go with, in terms of parkour. I guess you could throw Mirror's Edge in there, but Mirror's Edge's vibe is completely different. Especially completely different from what I want to do. And yeah, I just kind of sat there and watched it, didn't I? But yeah, no, that the vibe of Mirror's Edge is different. And I don't think that's really what I'm going for. Besides, if you're going to go for a Mirror's Edge vibe, it has to be first person. And I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if it'll be any harder to do first person or third person. But certainly, that's just not what I have in mind. Now, this is where I don't know if I want to go into Paint and draw out what I'm thinking of. So, do you know about, like, what's one Nick fan games? A lot of Sonic fan games, especially of the 3D kind, will have like this void. Let's see if we can find
Sonic Act is what we will be going over today. I've selected a couple projects that have caught my eye there, and that I think need more light shed upon them. So, without further...
Ah. 2 months ago. Oh, yo, Sonic Utopia. That's crazy. I have that game.
Sonic game.
Yeah, okay, here we go. So, you know how, like, these fan games will have this basic gray checkerboard void. I kind of want to work my way up to this. So, I will try to go beyond this if I can. But let me mute it because I don't want to steal this guy's video. Go subscribe to this guy. Sure, let's do that. But yeah, they'll have this void where it's basically the test demo. I want to at least work up to this. And maybe I'll go beyond it if I can, if I ever figure out how to. But other than that, this is basically the goal. A glorified tech demo. Which doesn't sound great. But, it's better than nothing of not having anything. This looks really cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Now, in terms of... So, I guess, let me bring up concerns. Okay, cool. Concerns. That's how you spell that, right? Yes. I'm not making too big of a fool of myself on the internet. Yes. Yes, princess. I've made a fool of myself. Okay, so, concerns. First is going to be models. Now, I understand that there are probably free assets. I mean, everyone's heard of the Unity asset flip. That there are going to be free assets that I can, probably download, or maybe even not so free assets I could buy. And just have something working to get to get a product. Product is a strong word because whatever I make, if I ever publish it, it's going to be free. But models is one of my main concern. Because, that's the bread and butter of a game. If you don't have models, you don't have a game. Unless you're just going to have a blob doing, the animations. Excuse me, Lord. And even then, there are people who have very distinct blobs. So, that's a concern. I'll have to look into that. If anyone who ever watches this knows what to do or how to attack that, go ahead. Hit me up, comment on the VOD, or even this channel. Just, contact me however. Probably not the email that I have made specifically for this channel or even the other channel. Because I don't even read my own personal emails that often. I'm certainly not going to do Twitter because Twitter is a hellscape. And so, But yeah, that's a concern. Another one is obviously going to be music. Music plays a huge role in games, and, I would love to have, dynamic music. Like you saw in Split Second that, when you hit a big event or you start the third lap, that music kicks in and it drops and your heart's pounding. I would love to have that, but I have no music talent whatsoever, and I don't want to just take someone's music and not know that I took someone's music just to get the feel for my game. And I highly doubt that there's any royalty-free music that's going to, really hit that spot that I'm looking for. And I guess general ideas, because... General idea. And we'll put apostrophe S. That's not the right one. General ideas, because I am certainly not the first person to make a parkour game, parkour racer, any of that. None of these ideas are new. And, I have to take it upon myself, but I also might need some help to make sure I'm not copying a game one for one. And And I guess maybe story, if I decide to throw that in there. That's the wrong one. But honestly, I don't even know if there's going to be a story. And if there is, it's going to be the most basic, bare bones bullshit ever. But I'm super excited for this. I really want to, make this work. Make something. Put something to my name. I guess this would be the part where I take questions to help me kind of brainstorm this. But that seems very impossible. Trying to think of anything else I could bring up. Hurdles would be, I guess, programming. I'd imagine that Godot doesn't just use any programming. It probably has his own proprietary programming language. I did open it up, and I did look at it, and was it still nothing. I still couldn't even guess at what to do. So, with these being in mind, I guess we'll just go on and start the tutorials, maybe. I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to say. I guess general mechanics. Jump. Wall run. Oh! I just thought of another inspiration. Ghost Runner. Now, I played like maybe 30 minutes of this game for free somehow a long time ago. It didn't vibe with me back then. Maybe one day I'll go back to it. So maybe I'll just put an asterisk by it. Maybe I'll go back and look some gameplay. Maybe even play it myself to get a general idea of how it feels. It felt fine. It was just one of those games that's like hard as hell, And I guess at the time I just was not in the mood for that. So I guess there's that. But, third person, of course. If I wanted to draw what it would look like. So let's zoom out. Am I going to have you take damage? Do I want to throw combat into there? I don't know, man. Again, that also would be a part of the other concerns. Animations. And then, the big boy, Blender, ? Will I have to learn Blender? Which, that sounds even scarier than learning Godot. Because it's just like, now you have to be competent in art. And while I know what good art looks like, I don't know if I could ever create good art. So, that's a question for the ages. That's pretty much, my main concerns, my main inspirations. Let me draw it out. But assuming that I do bring in combat. Let's do Sonic Unleashed. Snapshot. Images. Here. Perfect. That is a tiny image. Holy crap. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to even see this. How about this? Is this a bigger, clearer image? Holy crap. Alright, well, whatever. Wait, I know what I can do. I'll put up in new tab. View full size. Ah, God. GameSpy. All right, well, whatever. Do you see this UI here? I kind of have that in mind, where like you have a speed gauge, but it would be the main gauge, right? And I don't know why view full size didn't work. That bothers me. And then maybe some other stuff. Will there be lives? Will it be over and over again? Will you have unlimited lives? I don't know. I'm sure we can figure something out as I get there. So that being said, we're going to close out this tab. This is the PlayStation 3. This is the PlayStation 3 version? Nuh-uh. That's the PlayStation 2 version. Has to be. Because that's the only things you were concerned about in that version. Nuh-uh. That's the PlayStation 2/Wii version. Now that's going to bother them. Here we go. That's the PlayStation 3 version, because you had the Unleash gauge. Then you had, there you go. But anyway, I'm getting off topic and talking about another Sonic game I love. I imagine that, it'll be a gauge. Be there. We'll do that. Maybe this will be life. So this will be a symbol of some sort here. And this will be your life gauge. It'll end there, Health. Right. We'll just do health there. Speed will be broken into sections. Why not? And then your speed can fill up a certain section up into here. I'd imagine I'd put lives above here somewhere. We'll put lives. Let me zoom in a bit. An image that I can conjure up right now is that if you're wall running, but downwards. Let me see if I can visualize this in my head. So here is the side of it. This is the top, right? Of the section of wall. And it comes around like this. And here's another big section of wall that you're passing by. So this is closer to you. And this wall is, you're currently jumping to this wall here. Here is your character jumping to it. You will not be this close. That is actually awful and terrible. Brush, here we go. This is you jumping towards the wall. And then, this distance is you're about to hit the wall now. You know what I mean? That's the... And then you would proceed to run down, and the camera would follow you down, and... Is there a... Cool. All right. And then the camera would follow you down. And from above, what this would look like is a spiral, right? So you would be running down, and then there would be breaks, and you would hop to this one. Oh my God. You know what game perfectly summarizes what I want, what I have in mind? Spark the Electric Jester 3. It has some pretty intense speed. Actually, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm not going to boot it up. I actually... Do I have gameplay of it? I do have a really old video of it. Fuck it, we'll pull it up. YouTube, then we will... If this is going to be that channel, we're going to click on this. It's in here somewhere. Totally not a mindless plug. No, right? That's the fighting one. Where... Here we go. Real quick. So, give it a second to load. Yeah, so no, not the grinding segments. I want to focus on the... Here we go. Yeah, this is perfect. So, yeah. Basically, this distance from your character, I feel like this game has a great sense of speed. The platforming's pretty on point. Will I have a homing attack? That's a pretty good... Well, then that would be combat and enemies and models, and we'll get there. For right now, I don't think so. Wow. I keep forgetting how fun this game looks. It just looks fun, too. But, yeah. Is there any, like, platforming? Here we go. This is not quite it. But yeah, look at that. Look at the craziness you could pull off with some speed, you know? I want to capture that. Your ability to explore. I mean, this is like end game type stuff, where like the game is a game and it's a full-fledged game and it games all over the place. But this sense of speed, the platforming that just like meshes together with a sense of speed, and you're encouraged to go as fast as possible and find neat shortcuts and stuff. That's what I want from my game. This is the home screen. Huh. I've heard of Sonic Hysteria. Anyway, I don't want to get too off topic. But yeah, no, basically this sense of speed where you break down and it's jump and there's platformings. And, maybe we'll have springs. I don't know what they'll look like. But I do want that kind of vibe. But in terms of like a definitive identity, I think maybe I'll go like... I don't know. I was thinking like cyberpunkish. Well, actually that city level that I showed is pretty perfect, but like stretched throughout the whole thing. Again, I don't have a story or even really a character in mind or like just... But that is kind of what I'm working with here. And, I'm hoping that it doesn't become too daunting of a task. Because when I boot this thing up, I'm gonna do that now. As you can see, I have opened it. It is all foreign to me. I have no idea what's going on or what I'm looking at. It's just like, here's a 3D plane. I can move it right click. I didn't even know that. I just tried it. But that's about as much as I know. Now, I'm also hoping that this isn't an outdated version. I booted it up so it could update just in case. So I don't think it's outdated. But if I find that, like, the menu and where stuff is at has changed, and these tutorials don't really help me with that, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck so bad. But hey, it works. It doesn't lag. It looks somewhat approachable. I've worked with, stuff. Is it GUI? I've worked with things that have like nodes and stuff that make it look pretty as you're programming. But to give an idea of the kind of skills I'm bringing, I am a front-end programmer, not much of a back-end. My first degree attempt was computer program. It was under the computer programming and database management, but it was really on the database management part. So it was like creating databases, doing SQL, stuff like that. And I just did not vibe with that at all. So I changed degrees to, web and multimedia development, which is like, I'm creating websites with Dreamweaver. I'm seeing what the website looks like, as well as kind of making sure it functions. but you know, definitely the design aspect, because I had to learn Illustrator, Photoshop. I even learned a little bit of Animate. I think I learned a little. No, I didn't learn Animate. I learned Premiere. And I'm gonna say this right now: all of it, garbage. I just, except for Photoshop and Illustrator. And if you put a gun to my head and told me to do something in Illustrator, I'd be like, I could make a half decent poster. It wouldn't be anything mind blowing, but it would get done. I would have to Google a whole bunch of stuff, but I do not work with Adobe for several reasons that I'm just not going to get into now. But let's just say, long story short, Adobe is evil and greedy. Megacorp does Megacorp things. So I guess what we're going to do now is just go on and boot this up. There's 8 videos. I have watched later and liked. There's nothing in there. Let's get to it. We're gonna unmute this guy and we're gonna learn things together.
Welcome to the first video on Godot Dev Check.
Now, while we do this, I am going to check how loud this comes in for you guys. Hopefully, I can get to it in time before it is too loud. Okay. Okay, it's not terrible. Okay. Set up nodes, scenes, and the editor explain. This is part 1, but part 8, we're going to jump to it real quick.
Welcome back.
So we can see when it was uploaded. It was 5 months ago. So unless this guy is still the final step, so it seems like this is the last video. Oh, I accidentally paused my stream. I'm going to hit live now. Unless this guy is still continuing it, this wrapped up fairly recently. So I feel like it's current. It could get us started. I'm super excited for this because, we're about to make something. We're all going to have a part to play with it. If anyone watches this and they have any inputs, fuck it. Why not? We'll make something crazy together. Let's do it.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the first
Do I want to full screen this?
Checkpoint.
Okay, well, first off, I don't want to blatantly steal this guy's, clout, his work, or nothing about that. Go to this guy, Godot Dev Checkpoint. Subscribe to him if you're interested. Go through this if you're interested. I would recommend it because you know what? I think everyone should at least make one shitty game in their life and say, I created something that you can interact with because it's fun. So, without further ado, go to this guy's channel. I am not stealing this guy's stuff. I realize this guy puts a lot of work into it. I am wanting to learn. So, if there's any bots, YouTube humans, YouTube anyone watching this, this is educational purposes, and we're learning together. So let's do it.
Beginning syntax, and if you're new to game development, I think this is going to be a good place to start if you want to learn Godot. I'm also a curious developer. I'm going to learn a lot of this engine right alongside you. Today, we're going to tackle the fundamentals. How to get the engine, how to start your first project, and we're going to demystify the core concepts of nodes and scenes for the both of us. Ready? Let's dive in and get set up. We're going to make our way to Godot.
Okay, well, we have it.
Here we're going to find...
All right, here we go.
Once you open the Godot editor, you're going to create a new project. Right here. Yours will probably be blank with no projects below it. If you've never done any Godot projects. Regardless, top left here, we're going to create. And we're going to give it a memorable name, like First Godot Project. We also want to put it in a blank folder. You can pick one, like I have Godot Projects here and Godot Tutorials. We're going to put it here with nothing else.
Where did I save this? I have this somewhere. It's in an empty folder. It's just in a safe spot.
Current
so.
folder. Now we also want to look at these renderers. It might be confusing at first, but really we're just going to go with the forward plus for 99% of our projects. You can do mobile if you want to do mobile, and this will be fine for what we're going to make. It's just going to be a 2D thing. Compatibility, older devices, and it's going to render faster for the simple stuff. We can still even use this, but it's really going to throttle some things if you want to expand more. But it really doesn't matter in the end because you can change it whenever, however, even after your project's already done. For today, we're just going to do forward plus or mobile, but forward plus will stick with that. Git, that's GitHub, repositories, version control. We don't have to worry about that. We can leave that as defaults, and we're going to leave edit now.
That's
So
pretty
when
much
we
how I
click
did it.
create, this will just open up our first Godot project. The first thing we're faced with are nodes. What are nodes? Well, the nodes are going to be your fundamental building blocks, basically, of your game. Think of them as specialized objects. You have nodes for displaying images like Sprite 2D. You also have ones handling sound, control physics bodies, and ones that create interfaces,
All right.
like UI.
Gotta watch this.
They're always organized in this tree-like structure. You call them the scene tree. And one node is the parent of many children.
Yeah, that seems familiar.
Now, this hierarchy is crucial because the child nodes inherit properties from the transformations of the parents.
Yeah.
Now, that all seems complicated, but it's really not. You'll see it in example form as we
Yeah,
move
that's
on.
the simplest
Now,
part
understanding the node tree is going to be the first big checkpoint.
I'm gonna be
Now,
fishing.
you can find this documentation. I'm going to put links in the description below, and if you want to read through it.
Oh,
all here
cool.
for you.
Yeah, this documentation. Go read that.
Now, when you combine several nodes together to form a functional unit, then you get a scene right here. And you're going to save that as a .tscn file. And you can think of a scene as a blueprint or a prefab for a specific game object, like your player, an enemy, or a pickup item. The
Okay.
power of scenes is that they are reusable. You build one player scene and then you can instance or place a copy of that scene into your game level as many times as you want. If you update the original player
these.
blueprint, all the other instances update too.
Okay. Wait,
Just
so
instances
where is
times you
this
want.
docs?
If you update
These are the
original
docs.
player
So
blueprint, all the other instances.
maybe after this video, I'll get the document and we'll read through that together.
Let's jump back to the Godot editor itself. Let's dive into that.
Yeah.
Now on the top left here, we're going to have our scene panel. Now this is where your node tree lives. You'll add, remove, and organize all your nodes over here. Top right, you have your inspector panel. Now when you select an individual node, all its settings like position, color, or texture appear here. Now your file system here is where all your files live. And scripts, images, audio, save scenes. Now keep this area tidy. It'll keep all your checkpoints.
Real quick, time out.
Head in your
Two things. I want to get this guy's document that he says he has in the description. Code behind for complete tutorial. Is this what he's talking about? Oh no, this is... Right. Nodes and scenes. There we go. Okay, so what? Page not found. That was weird. Okay, so we'll come back to that once we have watched his video. That's not what I meant to hit. Also, shouldn't have done that. I'm going to get my stuff together, I promise. Okay, let's rock.
Sure. All right, now we have an output panel down here. Now this is where you'll see all your error messages and anything you're going to print from your code is going to end up here.
That's
In
familiar.
our center is a viewport. Now this is the main canvas where you visually build and arrange the scene. Notice the tabs at the top, 2D, 3D, and script. Now you're going to use all three of these very extensively.
I'd imagine.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. Time to get our hands on the project. In the editor, click 2D scene.
Oh, wait.
Now this is going to create a node 2D automatically as a root node. This is going to be the anchor for all of our 2D elements. Now we're going to make this scene visual. Now with node 2D selected here, like we have, I'm going to click this plus icon. We're going to add child node. We're going to search for Sprite 2D. Now we're going to have Sprite 2D selected and click create. Now with Sprite 2D selected, we can go into the texture here. And this texture is going to be how we display
Wait.
our image. Now we
Texture.
click in this empty slot here. We're going to be able to go down to load. And how about we load the Godot icon itself.
All right.
And there's the Godot icon. Now you can click and drag it around the scene itself. And then let's add a label for text. You can select the root node again. Click the plus icon. And let's do a label. And you press enter or just click create.
Okay.
Now with our label selected, we can change our text over here. Let's change it to welcome to Godot dev.
We'll just do welcome.
Now we can put this somewhere. About right above our guy here. And there we have it. We built a scene. But now we have to save it. So let's go to scene up here. Now we're going to save scene as. And then it's going to put us right in our main folder here. But we're going to create a new one. So right click, new folder. Call it scenes. Keeping organized. You'll never regret it. Now this
Absolutely.
one, we're going to rename it to something more memorable, like say, welcome scene. And you click save. Now after we have this saved, we can run it. Now if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see these blue lines. Now that is going to be where your game is viewable. Without a camera attached to a character, it's going to stay within these confines here. So let's try to play it. Now we have the play buttons up here. Pause button, stop button for when we stop running the game. We also have some other ones we're not going to worry about quite yet. Let's just click on the run project. Now it says we have no main scene has ever been defined, so it wants you to pick one. And we're just going to let it pick the current one, because that's all we have so far. Later on, when you have like a main menu, we can make that our main scene.
Okay.
For now, let's just select the current, and it's going to pop up. And this is our actual game running. Technically no game loop yet, but success. We've navigated the editor.
We just made a game. There's games. Oh my God! You can't say no games anymore.
First checkpoint. Once you get across this, well, nothing but up from here. Today we learned nodes are the building blocks, and scenes are the reusable blueprints made of the.
Oh, well, all right. Let's finish out this video.
We learned how to build and run a simple scene using a Node 2D, Sprite 2D.
Well,
and
my
a
stuff
label.
is lagging like crazy.
The next video we're going to take.
Why is it doing that? That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Hello?
Take this static scene we have.
That was
here,
weird.
Give it some life by writing our first line of code. We're going to use some GD script. We're going to tell it to output to this console here. Make it say something like, I don't know, hello world.
Hello world, of
Something
course.
Standard like that. Now, if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you get
Okay, so like I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna screw around with this stuff. Before your organization of documentation, platforms, 2D graphics. audio. MIDI. System requirements. All right, we're going to get to getting started. Introduction. Learn to code with GD scripts. Let's read the introduction. Information. Like, look at that. That's so cool. Someone made that. Are you kidding me? Cassette beasts. That just sounds cool. Like, looking at this looks like it actually might not be super complicated. You just got to learn the ins and outs of it. If-then statements, yeah, notice. It looks like it's C-based. Okay, programming languages. Yep, C+, or C#, yeah. C++, yep. With extensions, technology, you could also write gameplay high-performance algorithms in C++ or other languages. Without recompiling the engine, you can use this technology to integrate third-party libraries, software development kits, SDKs. In the engine, of course, you can directly add modules, features. The engine is completely free and open source. Interesting. That's actually going to come in handy. Because I did learn. I think I learned a little bit of C#, but I definitely learned in C++. So that's definitely going to help. Okay, so we got this document. I am going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. It won't take long. Maybe I'll even grab a little snack. And I guess we'll just screw around in it with just the little that we know. It seems super easy. I do... Oh my god, why are there two N's in it? Oh my god. Okay, well, I can recreate that. That's pretty easy. But we will hit the be right back button. We're going to see if this works. So I'm going to hit the button now. I'm also going to test to see if you can hear me still. I can hear it in my headphones, the music. But let's go ahead and test to see if that goes through. Oh. So you can still hear me. I'm gonna mute. Do you not see anything? It doesn't loop. Oh, for God's sakes. There we go. Hopefully that brings us back. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Got me a little bit of homemade fruit lemonade with pineapple or something with it. It's really good. The music stopped in my main headphones, so I think... Yep, there we go. Yeah, it worked. Man, that is like a solid... Oh, God. That is a solid, like, 5-second delay. That is sticky as all get out, though. All right, so... We're going to have to remove this, boys. And then... Huh. It looks like I have... I have tried this before, as you could probably tell. All right. We're going to start a brand new project. We're going to... just put it to downloads. Well, hold up. Let me just straight up delete that. This is classified information. Did it work? Yeah, it looks like. I think I can hear it in my main headphones. Ah, okay. All right, we're back. That's the files where we're gonna have them. Okay, we're gonna open up Godot. You do not have any projects. Explore example projects in the asset library. All right, well. Cool. So, guess we're not going to make this complicated. Then we're going to add Sprite 2D, texture. Cool. What does it look like? It doesn't let me do 3D. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. Animation. H frames. V frame. Number of rows in the sprite sheet. Number of columns. Okay. Save as. New folder. Testing. That's how you spell testing. Testing grounds. Within that is going to be scenes or scenes. Let's just do scenes. And then we're going to do that as... What did he say? Holy crap.
plus I here. Well, call it, say, welcome scene.
Welcome scene. Yeah, of course, the man's a genius. That's groovy, man. So it's pretty nested in there, but that's all right. I guess show me the documents. Show me the document. That's pretty good stuff. Okay. Learn to code with GD script. App from Zero App. To report bugs. Huh. Oh, cool. There's like a whole start. Learning program can be daunting. Computer needs exact instructions. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, this just takes you through the whole process. Most programming languages are similar. They have many similarities. This is a course for beginners to learn to make games or code. We're going to learn how to make games together, boys. We're going to run AAA out of business with our indie games. Even if it's slop, it'll be homemade slop instead of made AI slop. These games takes practice. Programming is something you learn through practice. Trust me, I know that. What and how you will learn. Free course boundaries to start coding things like these. Oh man, that's good. Sweet as hell, but it's good. Some mindset developer. Too many programming. Skip the essential part. How to write GD's code. I'll probably need that. Why not? Essential programming foundations, but I've got that, so that'll be easy. Compatible for, while initially designed for 3, the foundations are used because the same for 4. Okay. Print. Well, we are prepared. Code example for this practice. You do not change. Test the code. Run. Okay, cool. Man, it's so sweet. It's sticky through the mason jar. Should I just let y'all stare at the green screen Hassan style, or should I just... fuck that. I'm gonna mute. All right, I am back. We're gonna hit main, so we're back, and I'm gonna grab it with a napkin, so that way it doesn't stick. If you're wondering what's in here, it's pineapples. What she put in here to make it blue, I don't know. I'll have to ask her, but it's good. Yo, what's up? I'm sorry, I just now saw your message, Michael. How you doing? Oh, well, he's I don't think he's here anymore. Oh, did it just... It blended in with the green screen. I meant I should have seen his chat sooner, but hey. Oh, you know what? But you'd be able to see it, wouldn't you? Oh, whatever. You know, if he comes back, welcome. You know, I should have seen that sooner. You think I would have? Whatever. Okay. When you program, you're bound to run into errors. You will encounter errors. That's okay. Oh, trust me. They're a pain in the ass, but you will encounter them. Yep, at line 22, and you're like, how did this break? I'm not going to get into it. Trying to find a function or variable that already exists. You can't do that. Error messages. They're good. They're here to help. Yeah, absolutely. Run. Incident block. This code is wrong function. Sometimes errors will report outside of your code. Why does that happen? Okay, this code is incorrect and will cause an error when you try to run it. This code defines an empty function named. To work the function should use the return keyword, but the keyword is currently inside a comment, which the computer ignores. Oh, it uses hashtags to comment. That actually is way easier than like others I've used. Remove the comment sign. Be careful not to remove the spacing before return, otherwise you'll cause an error. If you feel like it. Really. Okay. That's interesting. Cool. Spaces are important. I mean, I feel like they've always been important when I've done it, but I don't know. As programmers, a lot of existing code. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about what I learned in college that is very important. Copy and paste is your best friend. Never reinvent the wheel. If you're running into a problem while programming anything, really, I guarantee you someone else has run into that problem and someone else has come up with a solution. You know, Google it, go to, what's it called, something stacks or code stacks or something. Someone has run into this exact problem. If you're feeling daring and, you know, hate yourself at least a little bit, you could go to Reddit. If you hate yourself a little bit more than a little bit, you could go to 4chan. And if you just wish death upon yourself and every human being, you could always go to Twitter. So, I mean, it's out there. The solution to your problem is out there. You're not the first person to run into this solution. And if you are, then Godspeed to you, honestly. Godspeed. Copy and paste is your best friend. Period. A lot of code from developers who came before you. In a moment, write your first code. You will use functions created by developers. A function is a list of instructions with an exact name. Yeah, that's about right. We can tell the computer to execute the instructions in the sequence with that name. It's calling show, which makes something visible like a character or item. The complementary hide hides the entity. Huh. Once an entity is visible, calling show again does not have any effect. Huh. Function run. Hide. In the code listed above, we write the function call hide in a new function named run. To execute the code, creating a new function is necessary to execute instructions. What? Called hide in a new function named run to execute the code. That's probably worded a really... Okay, so run means to run the code. I don't know why I was thinking like run, but I mean, that makes sense in hindsight. There we go, the boy when he speaks. Alright, parentheses, call functions. Rotate function. It doesn't do pixels. That makes sense because you're probably not going to always be working with pixels. Use bits, texts, and more. Change how the functions behave. What are radians? The value of 0.3 is an angle in radians. In daily life, we're used to measuring angles in degrees. A radian is another scale commonly used in video games and math. Great, math. Oh God, not math. Please, sweet Jesus. An angle of pi radians is corresponding to 100 degrees. So 2 times pi is a full turn. We're just going to eyeball shit, I assure you. To get an angle of radians, you take the circle radius and wrap it around the circle. That angle is To get the angle in radians, you take the circle's radius. So that's half. And wrap it around the Wrap it around the circle. That angle is 1 radian. Because the perimeter of a circle is 2 times pi times radius, a full turn 360 corresponds to 2 times pi. Listen, we'll figure out math later. Math is hard. Okay. What does the code below do? Select all that apply. Show. Makes it visible. It calls a function named show. Oh, he keeps kind of going down more and more. Another example is move local. You can move the character left and right. Okay. How do you call Y move local? Y moves a character down. What? Positive values 20 moves a robot to the right and down. Negative would be the opposite. So yeah, okay, cool. Alright. In video games, 2D computer graphics are vertically accessed, points down instead. In the y-axis, it'll move down. How do you call a function? You write a value like a number followed by the opening and closing parentheses. That one. Yeah. Make the character visible. Make the robot upright. Robot was turned by negative 0.5 radians. You need to make the and I don't know how the rotate. You need to make the so please call rotate inside the run. On my Tiki the tab. Is it? Here? Negative 0.5. The robot was turned counterclockwise. Did you turn it less than 0.5 radians? I did. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. So you don't dictate it, it's automatically radians. Cool. All right. That makes sense. We'll use the code. Meet the turtle. Titular call functions. The turtle is a little machine that moves forward, turns, and draws lines along its path. To make it draw a line, give it a list of instructions. You call one specific code. We prepared several functions for you. Move forward, pixels. Makes the turtle move forward over a given distance in pixels. Huh. Okay. Turn right. Makes the turtle turn clockwise. And turn left. Works the same as turn right, but except, yeah, counterclockwise. Alright, line as a... We'll use this line to draw shapes. For example... Okay, cool. Okay. The functions turn left, turn right work the same. Turn 45 degrees to the right. Interesting. Okay. Intersection can make two-dimensional shape we like. Cute. In the function call below, which part is the argument? Move forward? A 30. Functions' arguments are visible values inside the parentheses. Yeah, they just have a different name for stuff. Draw. Ooh. Ah. Drawing in a corner. Uses the turtle to draw a square in a corner, then you'll build upon that rectangle. Sure, why not? Okay. Ooh, what in the world? Alright, in this practice, draw a corner? Yeah, like a... Okay. The corner is made up of two lines that are 200 pixels long. The lines are connected by the end by a 90-degree turn or a right angle. The move forward and turn right functions to the right of a corner, but they're missing some arguments. Add the missing arguments so the turtle moves towards 200 pixels. Turn right 90 degrees, then forward again. So 90, then 200. Hey! There we go. That's how it's done, boys. We're so in this thing. We're so in it. I don't want one of those pineapples to come out and smack me in the face, because then I'm going to be covered in sticky stuff. But oh god! Chat, clip that. Okay, add the correct arguments to the functions. Move forward and turn right to draw a rectangle of a width of 200. So 90, 90, 90, forward 200, 200, 200. That... Okay. So we want 200, then 120, then 200, then 120. Let's go! Coding really can be satisfying, because it's like solving a puzzle, you know what I mean? But it's also a puzzle you've created. It's weird like that. Write out calls to the function forward and turn. Draw pixels with. We row the first two lines, but write the intersections as a separate line. With the tabs, the computer understands as a part of the. Yeah, okay, that matches up. And usually it'll automatically do that. So we're drawing a rectangle, right? So then you want to move. you want to move underscore forward as the memory gone to 60, then turn right, right 90, that's the easy part, then move forward. What was it, 220? Because then it does this and turns, so then it'll come down that turn and then move 60. Then it needs to turn again and then come back 220. Turn right 90. Oh, wait, no. Run it, man. Oh, wait, what? Isn't it? Oh, move forward. That's also not right. Now we run it. Let's go. Yeah. What? Huh? My calculations were off. Maybe this is got to be 220 and this has got to be 260. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, baby. So far, we've called existing functions. Functions are named sequence of instructions. Functions are sequences of instructions given a name. Call that name an identifier. Using an identifier, computer execute. Ah, okay, so then you can name it. Names, because it's a function, the name of the label computer uses precisely identify. Right. Two instructions, could write another function. We're going to take 4 times and draw a square. Ah, yeah. That makes sense. I remember that. Every time when you call move and rotate 2 functions forward, turn right, are called in sequence. This example is super useful. Any square. The function uses parameters. Huh. Okay, that's neat. Yeah, man. Programming is fun. Because it's just like, you get these little bits of like, it's like solving a puzzle, but like an actual puzzle, like the old school ones that like they do at the nursing homes. You get like this puzzle piece here, and you're like, I don't get it. And then you see how like you take this other puzzle piece and you just, it's super fun. Okay, how to define your own function. Let's break down how you define a function. It starts with a func. You start with some func. Function's name, parentheses, and a colon. And keyword, followed by a space, and then the function's name, parentheses, and the colon. How do we use functions? To reuse code multiple times, to put name on multiple lines of code. All of these. Oh, wait. No, all of them. Names in code have rules. Cannot contain spaces. In general, names in programming languages cannot contain spaces. You use underscore. I'm actually kind of used to Hungarian notation, if you know what that is. But that works too. Underscores just feel like an extra keystroke that isn't a space bar, because you kind of have to go out your way to find the underscore. It feels like, I don't know, man. Using underscores. Capital letters, except, yeah, Hungarian notation. Wow, it forms a function. Oh, what? Identifiers have to start with a letter or an underscore. You can't begin with a number, but you can use numbers after the first character. I don't know. Oh, was it asking which one was not? I promise you I can read. I promise I know how to read. In order to draw multiple squares in different positions, we need to introduce a function, jump, places it where... So calling jump. We using the function, jump function picks up the turtle and places it. And places it relative to where it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. You can't even say my name. Draw one. I should take no pro. Whoops. That's not right. So move forward and turn and move forward and turn. Move forward then turn. And move forward then turn. Then move forward then turn. Wait, no, yeah, because it just needs one more side. Unexpected token. Oh! Oh, hold up. It's a bit different. You wrote in the wrong place. You wrote... Okay. That's going to take some getting used to, but... All right, there we go. Very nice, very nice. You have a function to draw one square. Use it to draw 3 squares. You already create a function that calls draw square 3 times. Calling jump makes the turtle jump without drawing any lines. Okay. Whoops. Square. And then all right, let's run this. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, you could tell I'm used to C++ because that's the one we use to end it. You only drew 1 square. You need to draw 3. Oh, I'm silly. I'm absolutely silly. Yeah. Let's go. In previous lessons, use rotate. Write function with parameters, and you can create flexible template. In the previous lesson, the function's a bit limiting. Instead, we will write much better if we had a function to draw a square of any size, or better, any kind of rectangle. A square is a specific kind of rectangle. In previous lessons, you used a rotate function and gave it an argument. Just like rotate, we can also give our functions parameters. Parameters act as placeholders in the function's code. They work like a bank that spaces. Okay, yeah. For now, focus on the first line. Define func, rotate radians. The word radians is the function's parameter and the placeholder that gets replaced with actual value. Alright, when you call this function, the computer replaces the name with radians in the function. Rotation equals rotation plus radians. The parameter must be filled with a number, text, or anything else. In this lesson, you use number type of field. But what is a function parameter? No, it's that one. How to create functions with parameters. To add to a parameter, write a placeholder name inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function with a value, every copy of the parameter in the function gets... Wait, what? To add a parameter, write a placeholder name inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function with a value, every copy of the parameter in the function gets replaced with... yeah. Just the way they worded that is a little weird. Just remember that names cannot contain spaces. Here's an example. Size is a placeholder. What is the correct syntax for a function definition? Okay, cool. We're cooking with gas now. Functions can have multiple parameters. To add multiple parameters, colon between the placeholder and name. For example, has two placeholders, X and a Y, which value when you call a function. The function, in a function definition, you must have a space between the func and keyword and the function name. However, because the commas separate the parameters, it does not matter. The following example is a function with two parameters. When you call a move, and every function gets replaced with that. Huh. Every... What the hell is happening to me? Optional. Okay, so there's XY, and then you would put that there. What is the correct syntax to define a function with multiple parameters? Oh, I wasn't in the parentheses. Yowza, we've already bumped up to 4 practices, huh? Okay. Drawing corners of different sizes. 4 can create a rectangle. Alright, well, I could come back to this. Let's go back to the second video. That way we have some interactivity, get some lively in here, because I guess I'm falling asleep.
Hey everyone.
Holy shit.
Welcome back to Godot Dev Checkpoint. Now in our last video we navigated the editor and built our first static scene. Today we're going to give that scene some life. Now it's a big milestone. We're going to write our very first line of code using GDScript, Godot's official scripting language. And then we're going to learn how to attach a script, understand the crucial ready function, and make our program talk to us. We're going to use the console with that. Now,
oh, wait, maybe it is best. So, okay, maybe I'll read the docket off screen, and then we'll do this together. Don't worry, guys. I know I'm kind of like flying by the seat of my pants here, but we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this figured out because these are short. There's only 8 of them, and they're like at most 15 minutes. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this right. As for the docket, report an issue, configure the app. Oh, that's what the full screen looks like. Holy crap. Okay. We'll know that for next time. Man, I'm tired. But I kind of want to keep going. Okay. We are going to add this to my favorite. I guess, do I want to end it here? Or do I want to maybe at least screw around in the code or something? Or I am pretty tired. I don't know what's up with that. But, yeah, I guess I'll just call it here. I just now remembered that I don't have an ending soon screen. And I don't have a hotkey for stopping the stream. Amateur work stuff. So, I guess we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Did my camera's quality just dip at like 144p? Or has it always... What was that? Okay, weird. Tomorrow will be a free day. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I'm going to try and do these Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I am loud. I'm going to turn myself down. How about here? Hopefully that sticks. I'll try to do these Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if I'm feeling up for it, maybe we'll do some free streams in between. But this will definitely be more dedicated to this learning process. I think it's great that we found like these docket and practice because, you know, then we can learn some coding together. I kind of already know, but it's not like I have to worry about work or nothing like that. Or, you know, I want to be able to see everything. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys. Well, not Friday, because I think I'm going to be pretty busy Friday. But other than that, I'll see you guys then, or probably Monday, actually. And, you know, hopefully we can see this come together in some kind of way. And I'll see you then. You know.